All right, let's get this started. So today we're going to be going over the previous top 10 altcoin list that we gave out for our buys. This was a stream that we held about, I want to say 2 weeks ago. We're going to be going through the top 10. We're going to be going over each of them. If any of them give us entry right now, if any of them we haven't taken entry on, how they've been progressing. And of course, we're going to start this off by going over XRP. XRP, we've been talking about this for months. It's been doing nothing, as most of you know. It has been stagnating around that weekly EMA, and we have been buying it at the weekly EMA, anticipating a massive break. As you can see from the chart, we got that, right? We were buying at the weekly EMA, plus we were buying pretty much every retest of this 200 EMA on the daily that we got. And there was entry for literally weeks, since April, right? We've been buying this since our first buys were here before in March, and we continue to buy. So I don't want to talk about this one too much because I've been talking about it for months, but I'm finally, bless the Lord, XRP has given us what we've been asking for, and that is the massive markup that we've been anticipating. And this was nearly a 100% move. This is the largest move on the entire list, and it was also the number one altcoin I told you guys to buy. Not only did I tell you to buy last stream, the previous 10 streams I've been telling you guys, if there's a coin to buy, it's this one. I also said in the last stream, if you want to go check, this is also the coin I've put the most margin in. So this is the heaviest position I've had. If that didn't give you any extra confidence, I'm not sure what would. But yeah, XRP, fantastic play. We did get this because of a black swan event, right? This wasn't exactly from a technical standpoint. SEC did resolve the case and say XRP was now not a security. So fantastic. And then we get this massive 95% move. So this sets up precedent for the rest of the entire crypto market. And this is why on this day, when this news came out, I told you this is not an event to sell into, right? Like we will end up selling eventually, but we're not going to, this is not a sell the news event. And specifically why I said this was, for one, the first 15 minutes after this news came up, what happened, right? A 15% move. Most people might have sold into that, right? What happened after that first 15 minutes, right? Half hour in, another 13%. That's a total of a 30% move. I still told you, don't sell it yet. Like this news isn't something that's going to flop. Like this is massive, massive news in the crypto market. Again, what happened another 2 hours after that? Goes 60%. And then at the top, I mean, go check Crypto Archive. Like when I gave you guys the signal to finally take profits on this positioning, XRP was in the 90s, right? This is 90 cents, and we were able to sell at the tip top for over a 100% move in. Of course, I was on leverage, so this is like over almost a 2,000% profit. This could probably make your entire year. The single trade here could have made your entire year's P&L just waiting for this. So fantastic. I'm not going to waste any more time on this. I think XRP will hit $1. Yeah, and I will most likely end up selling the rest of my bag at near those highs, but I'm not selling anymore. I've sold over half the bag already. 100% move. More than happy to sell some of the bag, but I am holding a good chunk, over 50% left of the margin. Still haven't sold because I'm confident that this news will send this higher. That is XRP. Congratulations, everyone that's been listening for so long. Let's move on. BNB. BNB is an interesting one because we talked about this in two different aspects. We talked about BNB in a short position, right? We took a short position on BNB. We were able to profit, I want to say 1.5 or 2R on this. We took it to these lows, right? Raid this low. Raid these equal lows. Boom. Raid into the order block and then marks up. So we were able to make a nice profit off of this short position. However, I did say that we want to see a break of the lowest lows, which are the June lows, in order to go long. Unfortunately, these lows never broke. That means I never took entry on longs, and BNB is a profitable position as far as a short goes, but we don't have a long position. And not too bad to not have a long position because it is pretty much, if you see here, this is where we took the short previously, and here's current price. There maybe is a deviation of like 2%. Yeah, 2% deviation in those two areas. So not much to say about BNB. Good trade on the short. Still hasn't triggered. We're going to set an alert here. Still has not triggered a long position. In the event that it does, we will take it. Analysis has not changed, so it's the exact same. We want to see these equal lows break, and then we can go uber long, and this will be probably one of the more important plays that we'll touch upon. Algorand. So Algorand was a little bit of a bugger play because unfortunately we got great entry, right? We got great entry off of this fair value gap here, and I think we got 5% within the first few days, hovered around, came back down, nearly stopping us out and gave us about a 10% profit. And then as you can see, marks all the way back down, right? So you either got your profit off of this, broke even, or you got stopped out. So Algorand, only thing to say about this position is good position entry. Unfortunately, could not break that 4-hour EMA. As you can see previously, this is where it wouldn't be able to break. Couldn't break it again, couldn't break it again, and couldn't break it again today. So this is the bane of its existence. As soon as this is able to accept over that 4-hour 200, we will see this asset fly. But for now, not too much. I think we need to see this a little lower, and I would most likely want to see entry here. Seeing a wick below, what are these? June lows, June 9th lows? Very unlikely. I think this is way too far for us to see it, Algorand, but another entry for this long, and I think I'm going to take this one this week if given. Be something like this. So Algorand, a decent play. Wasn't really able to make much profit off it because how fast it came back down to our entry, but nonetheless, there's still opportunities on the horizon for this one. Polkadot, now this one's done very well and is still doing well right now. We've already shaved profits off of this one. So we've taken several positions, several entries off of this one, averaging down the position size. The main one was we want to see these December 2022 lows get taken and then take entry, right? Raid lows entry. And as you can see, since those lows, we're up nearly 25% here, maybe 30% at the highs. Not much to update on Polkadot besides we're still holding it, and there's not much else I want to tell you guys besides still hold the position. We're looking for higher highs here. We're probably looking for about $6 before we sell a good chunk of this position, right? Over 50% of the margin. Other than that, I'm still holding. Ape. Now, Ape is a very similar showcase to how Algorand performed. Unfortunately, Ape did get stopped at entry. I personally was not able to make any profit off of this. We got a beautiful entry. I mean, it really can't get any more textbook than this, right? The entry, as you can see from here, we wanted a raid of these equal lows, beautiful equal lows, by the way. Like, it really can't get any more clean than this. Raid the lows, and as you can see on this 4-hour candle, wicks the lows into the fair value gap on the 4-hour, right? This is the fair value gap that also gave us the break of structure here, these highs, and then the last ones. So extremely clean price action here. Unfortunately, got the wick entry, which you want to see, right? This is how everyone wants their entries to be, where you just get wicked in like this. As you can see on the 15-minute, fill your position and wick right back up. So just seeing the wick, you can know that we got probably the best entry possible on this chart. Unfortunately, same thing with Algo, slow burn back down to entry. So didn't make any profit off this trade, didn't lose any money off it either, but we'll have to move forward because I don't think there's going to be any more opportunities with Ape right now. Ape has already broken the lowest lows, and we didn't have too much of a reaction, right? This is where the lows were broken. Lows broke here, and what did we get? Maybe a 25% move, and then almost all of it lost. So maybe we'll revisit Ape in a couple weeks, but I don't see too much promise from it anymore, unfortunately. And this is why I said in Crypto Archive that we're going to be moving into a different metaverse coin, whatever that may be. I haven't chosen it yet. A lot of you have suggested that we go with ENJ. We might take a look at this soon, but Ape, unfortunately, not much left to say about it. And I don't think that we are going to be revisiting it for entries. Chainlink. Chainlink was a coin that we took both on Casper took it, and so did I when I gave you guys the analysis for this. We've been talking about Link maybe even longer than XRP. This one has been probably the most annoying coin for most of you guys because the amount of consolidation that it's had has been over a year. So there's been an entire year, I mean, you look at this chart, where it's been bouncing in the same range. I think Casper's looking for the exact same thing. We wanted to see at any point in time this low from June break. At any point in time, break the June low and immediately buy. As you can see, June low breaks here. We'll zoom in on the daily. June low breaks, breaks right here. And then you get your markup. No matter where you bought it, you're averaging probably 25 to 30% profit, 40% at the highs. One thing to tell you guys about Chainlink, if you have entry, don't sell it. Don't sell Chainlink. Why? I mean, this is over a year of waiting. Not all these positions are going to give you instant profits like some of the ones we're about to talk about in the next few coins, but Chainlink has been over a year. Well over a year waiting for this event to happen. An expansion should happen in half the time. So don't sell off the Chainlink prematurely, please God. I told you guys this about XRP too. Like if you want to make great money in the market, one thing you're going to need to do is hold these positions a lot longer. I'm sure some of you have dealt with the agonizing pain of selling a position early and watching it, send itself to Mars, right? That's one thing I had a problem with early on in my trading career, was not holding the positions long enough. And now I'm able to tell you guys specifically, like, don't sell these yet. Like I know there's a great profit on the table, but there's so much more to be had, and that's really where you're making life-changing money, is when you're getting those massive moves. Take XRP, for example. Made nearly 6 figures off XRP just waiting, even on the same day. I know it's tempting to sell when that news comes out. XRP is not security, and it's absolutely mooning. But you have to sell at the right time. And hold longer. Hold longer. One thing I've been telling you guys, to give you the confidence, right? That's one thing I've been trying to instill in you guys, is trying to give you guys the amount of confidence I have in these trades, is Bitcoin dominance came up on this weekly time frame to the weekly EMA. I told you, this is where it's going to sell off. It's going to sell off here. It's going to sell off here. And when it does, altcoins will rail. And some of you are asking, well, why were you buying altcoins a few weeks ago? This is why. This is one of the reasons. Not a lot of people use this. I would say probably less than 10% of traders ever use this chart. And this chart literally guided us to buy over 13 altcoins and have 95% of them profit. Chainlink, don't sell. So much more to come. Consolidation, manipulation, markup. The markup hasn't even occurred yet. Next, waves. Waves, probably one of the craziest ones, because within 8 hours of my stream ending, it goes almost 100%. So this is the one that I'll say I think most of you probably did not get into. I know about 20 of you did because you sent me the profits from it. But I would say most of you most likely did not have the blessing to get into this trade. Sucks, but it was probably the craziest one, only because we talked about waves and then it immediately marked up and went 93%. So insane position. This is why it was on our buy list. We had suspicion that we were going to get a harsh markup because of this high, right? We didn't know how high this markup was going to be. We knew it was at least 38%, right? Or really 40% if we round up, right? At least we knew that these highs were going to break. Anything other than that was just pure blessing, right? I still think Waves has a lot more to go. As you can see, it's maintaining a lot of the move that it's made and it's not giving it back. This gives me hope that there's still a lot of very important volume up here and a lot of very important buyers that are propping this price up, thinking that it can hit new highs, right? And if you want probably the easiest target to sell, you have another beautiful raid, right? We're just looking for liquidity to sell into. You can probably buy now, right? This is exactly how I'd probably play this. Like a market entry, right? Market entry means you'd buy it immediately right now. I'd probably stop under this. You have an 8% stop loss with 45% until profit, about 5.3 RR. I'll take that. This is a beautiful equal high here. Each time. That's Waves. Beautiful play. I'm glad if any of you got into that. If not, there was plenty of others, and hope to God you guys at least got into XRP. Next up, eGold. Another beautiful, beautiful play. Still active. let's go over it, right? Why are we in this? What happened? First off, equal lows. We were like, let's raid these, right? Let's have price trade under this level. This is an obvious potential raid that we can all get into. Raid under these lows and let's take an entry, right? Raid under these lows and let's take an entry. And that's exactly what we did. Let me find it. I'll even we'll go to Crypto Archive and find it. And it's been marking up ever since. And I think eGold still has a lot more. We have taken a positional trim off of eGold already. Where is it? Here it is. So eGold has had profits trimmed off of it, but same thing. Hold longer. I think there's a lot more to come from this. And we had such a beautiful entry, and it's at new highs. We're sitting at probably 50% profit, so nothing to write home about yet. But as you can see, beautiful. We took a market order, and we took a limit order at 32.50. 32.50 was right here. As you can see, it's marked on the chart. Boom. Perfect. What else can I say about it? A beautiful entry. Still active. We're waiting for about $39 in order to sell this. That's eGold. Now let's go into Maker. Now Maker, this is one of the losers on the list. And as you are probably looking at the chart right now, you're probably like, how is this a loser? Like it's gone parabolic, right? Isn't this what you're expecting? Yes, but unfortunately, I didn't have the correct stop loss here, and I ended up getting stopped out of the trade. And we're going to talk about this one because this one is a little bit more important because we did miss out on such a large move. Some of you ended up holding it, which is awesome, but I did not and ended up taking a loss on this one. So if we go to replay feature here, we can look at exactly what I was looking for. Beautiful trade, or beautiful setup, sorry, beautiful clean PA here. I'm going to remove this because we didn't have this here before. What we saw was break of structure previously. It's going to mark back down. It's going to find some pocket of liquidity in order to mark back up off of. And I previously thought that it was going to be potentially this low here, right? So this was the trade that I had taken. I wanted to see this bottom right here. I want to see this low raid and then take entry. So the low rated, I took entry, right? Beautiful entry, but unfortunately, my stops were right below these lows, and I got wicked out right at the bottom. So let's talk about why this stop was incorrect and what I could have done to make this better in order for us to net that entire move. The first thing is, not only were these lows rated, but the lows rated into the fair value gap, and that's why I have, let's actually do this. This will look a little bit better. This is the remaining fair value gap, and my stops were inside of it. So unfortunately didn't catch that my stops were inside this very important fair value gap that was a production of this break of highs, right? So this is a structural break, right, that changed the trend. I had stops within the fair value gap, and that was a mistake because if we would have had stops right below it, we would have been safe, right? As you can see, each time it wicked within it and marked up, wicked within it and marked up. And then if we play this, as you can see from that entry point, it just goes absolutely insane. So that's the Maker trade, probably the one I'm the most sour about on the list because it was such a remedial change we could have done with the analysis to actually stay in this, but we weren't able to. At least I didn't come back and revisit the trade because I was so focused on XRP at the time. But clean price action and something that we can easily learn from because all we needed to do is respect that fair value gap. If we had respected that fair value gap at the time, boom, we would have been inside this trade still with over a 60% move. All right, next up, RNDR and AVAX. I won't go over these too long only because we don't have entry on either of them. RNDR, wow, it is the exact same price. Okay, so a few things to note. I did say that I wanted RNDR to come up here. I mean, you can tell from the arrows what I wanted. I wanted to come up to this fair value, and then I wanted to mark down. Didn't come up, and it's the exact same price. When did we have the stream last? Early June. Look at this. RNDR, same price. There's a reason I didn't buy it yet. Nothing has really caught my attention. This is why it was in the bottom of the top 10 list. But there's RNDR. Really nothing to talk about. It didn't come to our short zone to take a short. And it's not near the positional long yet either. So RNDR, still no entry. AVAX. This one will be very easy to go over because AVAX, I still, as you know, want a pretty significant drawdown in price in order to enter this. So AVAX, still the same. I know a few of you have taken entries. Joelhan has signaled out an entry for this, and I think it's up 8% or so, but AVAX hasn't piqued my interest enough to take any entries within the zone. I want it. Yeah, you know, I know it's crazy. You know, I want a little over a 50% or over a 40% drop, and then I'll feel comfortable. So, but I'll be very comfortable though. Is the problem here is that as soon as these equal lows raid, each of these major lows from December and June raid, then we're in the discount zone of the weekly fair value gap. I'll be very comfortable to put a large amount of margin, maybe like a 5 ARB play here. So not much to update on AVAX. I'm still waiting for those lows, and there's really been not much of a markup since then. So nothing too unfortunate. Honorable mentions near. It is the same price. So near looks like it's the same exact price from when we streamed last. Nothing to update. It's the same fucking price. TRX. TRX, we are looking at, I think this has had a markup since stream. What day was the stream exactly? It was June 21st. Oh, here's June 21st. Boom. Okay, so this is where Tron was when we were looking at it. It is marked up a significant amount. I think we're up 10 to 12%. I mean, I guess not as much as our main positions, but still up. No real reactions from this fair value gap or even the order block here. It's been stagnating for the same price as December 2021. Not much to talk about on TRX. I mean, it's looking like a decent short position coming up, actually. A decent short potentially, but nothing as far as the long. I mean, this is why it's in the honorable mentions, because during the stream I couldn't find a decent reason for any of us to long these or even like short them at current prices. So that's where they're in honorable mentions. We're going to straight into ETC because we did take a long position on ETC, Ethereum Classic, and we profited handsomely from it. Let's go to replay function. Boom. This is where we were. All right. It's easy to tell what's going on here. This is a very simple play. It's, this one wasn't rocket science. We had two relevant highs, right? And then we had relevant high, and then we had these equal highs here that we wanted to break. And these were going to be the take profit targets, right? And then the final one, take profit 3, we're just at the highs. So we took entry at the 4-hour EMA, stops well below, and we even put stops below this huge markup phase. And as it played out, we made profits pretty much within 24 hours or so. And then, right, take profit 1, take profit 2, boom, stops to entry, and then boom. Really couldn't ask for a better positioning here. Take profit, boom, stops to entry. Beautiful play. And as you can see how much relevance, like it is bouncing off of our entry. Even right now, it is bouncing off the entry. As you can see, there's a lot of relevance from where we entered on this because it bounced from entry again. And that's the top 10 list. That's everything. XRP waves maker, huge ones. And honestly, really just XRP is all we care about because holy shit, the amount of money made on this one, right? Absolutely fantastic. I don't know what else to say. I don't want to sit here and brag about XRP because we've been talking about it for so damn long. And if you missed it, I'm sorry, but check every single stream. Months prior to this, we've been waiting for this. You know, it took us a long time. It took us a long ass time to get here. But when it did get here, it's hitting. And it's hitting right now. Now, the common question I get is, can I still enter XRP? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. And you're probably like, dude, it's over 100% move. Like, what the fuck do you mean I can still enter this? Like, isn't that like extremely risky now? Like, why would you say that? The reason I say this is because of the reason that it's moved, right? This thing did not move because it had some incredible technical analysis, even though it was a very clean price action, right? It wasn't the best one we've seen yet. It was the news that came from it, right? Everyone was waiting on this SEC news from SEC versus Ripple. It came out, not a security, sets precedent for the entire space. I mean, I don't think people really understand how important that event really was for the space. And for it to happen to a coin that we've been buying for months on heavy margin and heavy leverage, don't sell it. Please wait for at least $1 to sell this shit. And even after that, leave a runner, because this thing can easily, again, the news is huge. I really want to get that into some of your heads, because some of you are trying to short this. Some of you were trying to short this shit. I remember at the 70 zone, you're underwater now. Odd to me that some of you would want to short XRP. Odd that with the most bullish news to ever occur in crypto, arguably ever, seriously, arguably ever in crypto, the most bullish news possible, and you want to short the asset? It's interesting to me. Whatever. It's not my money that's being lost if you're shorting. Go for it if you need to. There's a reason we went long and are continuing to go long, and I'm recommending for people to still go long if you can. All of these lows here, of course, that'd be a blessing for some of you to get entries on. Do you think you're going to get entry down there? Fuck no. Fuck no, you're not. What, the most bullish news in crypto and arguably history comes out, and you think the asset's going to mark down into favorable liquidity for you to get entry? Fuck no. That's the stream. Nothing new. No new coins. Just here to talk about the absolute fucking bangers that we've hit. Talk about the unfortunate reality of Maker, but the absolute banger of a list that we fit. What else can I say? Congratulations if you followed. Everything worked. Bitcoin dominance, rejection. As soon as we see where it's at. Again, guys, we were talking about Bitcoin dominance rejecting here at the highs while the weekly was green. 3 weeks later, it's marked down and erased, bearish engulfed the last 3 weeks of data. And what do we say? I mean, fuck, dude, I have arrows on the chart telling you what's going to happen. Mark down. Where? Here. What happens if this goes down? I talk about this every stream. If you see red candles on BTC.D, Bitcoin dominance, every alt in the market is going to be having a great time. And what happened? They had a great time and we made fucking bags. That's the stream. Nothing else to update. I guess the only thing I'll leave you with is potentially the opportunity for a Bitcoin short to raid this level, but I don't know how favorable this even is right now. This is the one thing I'm watching, right? Is for Bitcoin to drop about 2.5%, raid this low from June 23rd. Yeah, it's June 23rd here, and then mark back up. Because not only did we hit the fucking bottom of this. Go back and check. It's incredible. It's incredible how fucking accurate we've been. Longed the bottom of Bitcoin, railed the entire move, then sold. Notice dominance is ready to mark down, right? Because during that period where we were long Bitcoin, dominance is going crazy. Notice dominance is ready to mark down, made a top 10 altcoin list, and then railed the fucking top 10 altcoin. I mean, this is within the last 2.5 months. You could probably have made your yearly P&L and go fuck off and travel. Right? And that's the beauty of trading, is you only need to be right a precise amount of times, not the entire year. You can be right 5 or 6 times in the entire year and make your entire yearly P&L. And if you didn't, that's fine, because there's 1,000 more opportunities to come. Just like I said with waves, if you missed waves, there was Maker. If you missed Maker, there was XRP. If you missed XRP, that's kind of fucked up. I feel really bad because this is the one I wanted everyone. I put it first for a reason. But if something happened and you missed it, there will be another one and we'll catch it. So don't get down because you missed one, right? Gave you ETC after XRP. Don't get down because you missed one. There's gonna be 1,000 more. Anyways, that's the stream. Goodbye, guys. Have a great one.